Hi there, my name is Steve Schwartz and I'm the founder of the LSAT blog. I've been coaching the LSAT for over 10 years now, and today I wanted to share my thoughts with you on how to improve your reading comprehension score on the LSAT. There are a few common mistakes that students make, and I thought that by covering some of the biggest ones, I would help you avoid them and as a result improve your score. Here they are. First of all, stop wasting time making notes. It takes time to write things down, it takes time to read them, and whether these are handwritten notes or they're notes on the passage itself, either way, it's not worth your time. The students who do the best typically mark very little or not at all. And that's because in part it takes time to write things down, it takes time to read things, and later when you're answering the questions, you'll be unable to avoid seeing your previous markings. And they may not help you anyway. So you'd be able to be unable to avoid looking back at them, and they'd be cluttering your mind as you try to sift through the passage for the information you need in the moment. Another big mistake I see students making a lot is going through the questions in the order given. There's no reason that you need to do this. You could do the main point questions first, then the local detail-oriented questions, and finally the more inferential between the lines sort of questions and the ones that are similar to logical reasoning. Now, main idea might appear first, might not, but a lot of the time you'll see these general easier questions appearing later within a set of questions, and then seeing some of the harder questions earlier within a set. And so there's no reason to go through them in the order given. You can instead build your understanding of the passage as you go, so that you'll be in a better position to handle the toughest questions when you do them, which is last. And my final tip for you right now is to visualize or caricature the topics covered in the passage. Try to think of specific examples to make them more real for you. And so one example that comes to mind, if you look at the June 2007 LSAT, the first reading comprehension passage, which I'll link to below, it covers poets versus fiction writers, and then a writer who blurs the lines between the two. And so for the poets, I would imagine someone like Homer or Shakespeare, and then for a fiction writer, I might think of someone like John Grisham, and then I'd imagine a John Grisham who writes his legal thrillers in poetic form. Something like that, maybe not as exaggerated or ridiculous, but just something to help me get a better handle on what they're talking about. And of course, you could do the same for tougher questions like those involving science or those involving art, whatever your personal weak area is. I would, again, try to find a way to make it more real and relatable with a specific example that you can then return to rather than the more abstract, vague references that they'll give you. Anyway, I hope you found this helpful. If you did, please hit that subscribe button below to stay notified of new videos as I release them. And if you need anything at all in the meantime, please feel free to reach out. I love hearing from students. In the meantime, I wish you all the best and take care.